cracking, ladies and gentlemen? This is Jordan Kurtz with the Comments from the Peanut Gallery podcast. I'm back right here with my man, Joseph Garcia. He's got a very big fight coming up in the next couple of weeks with Sparta Sports Entertainment. Joseph, thank you very much for coming back on the show. You are the first guest of 2021 on the Comments from the Peanut Gallery podcast.
Making history. So we do.
Absolutely, my man. So it's about to be a huge year. Huge year. Now, I just want to ask you, what is your big thought right away as we get into things? What is your big goal for 2021? Like, what do you see big picture for this year? What are you looking to accomplish?
Honestly, well, for me, just doing the things that I'm able to control, and that is, just being staying on track of the goal. Like, even, some days, you're not going to feel like you're on top of the world, but just remembering that even though, not be so hard on myself. I mean, sometimes, things just happen so fast, but you don't feel like you're seeing the results, but at the same time, taking the small accomplishments, just building off from that.
Absolutely. I mean, day by day, brick by brick, you're building a foundation for future success, right?
Exactly, yep.
So I want to ask you, what was your word for 2021?
Fire.
Tell us what that means.
Well, for me, fire is just, it's like one of those things that, when the fire goes out, the train dies. I mean, it's been a thing for me, the last 6 months. It was something that I had thought, came into this year. That's just what, it just fit for me. And the day that I'll probably say that was a testament to, having the fire and, keeping the fire alive was, I was going into my third session of the day, going to wrestling practice. You know how tough Jordan to Tony's wrestling class.
That's never a day where you walk out thinking that you still have something in the tank.
Exactly. Yep. And we were just doing live takedowns, and I kept on going. I thought I was doing good. I'm like, all right, we're gonna keep going. And he says, he keeps pushing it on us. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is never ending. And he says, the moment that you stop moving, you already lost. You've quit. And I'm like, dang, that's true. I'm like, so as long as you keep moving, you're finding a way to fight.
Yeah.
You're still in it.
Absolutely, man. And I feel like that's such a great message as we came out of what was, for a lot of people, a tumultuous year in 2020, but being able to have that fire lit, that you have that burn in your belly that keeps you going through even the most adverse circumstances, and you're able to keep shoveling coal into that fire and the machine moves forward.
Yeah, yes sir. Exactly.
What aside from what we just got into, what are maybe some other goals outside of fighting that you have for this year?
Outside of fighting, just being a good person. I feel like these times like these, it's easy to be so negative.
Oh yeah. Our country's a shit show right now.
Yeah.
So I totally get what you're saying.
Yeah. So you just gotta, appreciate just the people around you, and just being a good person.
Yeah.
That's what's important to me.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So you look a little bit different than the last time that you were on the show.
Yeah.
So for everybody that remembers from just a couple of months ago, yes, this is the same Joseph Garcia. He's just a little bit lighter up top. You know what I'm saying? How come you shave the hair, bro?
Well, free flow. I don't know. Training kind of gets in the way. I'm sure you feel that.
The worst.
Yeah.
I debate on cutting it every freaking training session.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's the worst.
Even grappling exchanges, or just any you're trying to get out, then you feel like you're free, and then get pulled back oh no. But I don't know. It just felt right. It's just kind of one of those things F it.
You just did it.
Just did it. Yeah.
Okay.
Just woke up and felt like cutting my hair. Just one of those type of things. I don't know.
That day might be coming for me sometime soon, man. But I've also made that same statement for like the last 2 years. So, you know, one of these days it's gonna happen. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Now, you're also a big NFL fan.
Yeah.
What do you think of this last weekend for Super Wildcard weekend that happened? I mean, there's some big storylines that came out of that. What's your thought process?
I mean, it's the year of the underdog. I mean, a lot of, you know, there's both 6 seeds made it out of made into the second round. I mean, the Bills and the Browns, they haven't won a playoff game since I was born.
Yeah.
I feel like that's forever. And I'm a Broncos fan. I feel like
that makes me feel old.
I know. I feel like if the Broncos, they just won. I would be super excited, but at the same time, I'm just like.
Yeah. I mean, I'm super pumped about the Bills, man.
Yeah.
And, you know, this Johnny Fia, if you're listening out there, a good buddy of mine, John Fia, and he is the biggest Josh Allen fan on the planet. He's a Wyoming alum himself. I used to work with him, and believe me, every opportunity that he could have over the last few years to tell me about how good Josh Allen is, whether that's a 2 a.m. tweet or just talking back and forth in person, he has made sure that it's been driven into my head that Josh Allen is legit. And this year, I mean, it's came to fruition. Josh Allen is the real deal.
Is legit, yeah. He's for real.
Yeah, and, you know, as a Rammy, that kind of pains me a little bit because, you know, he was a Wyoming cowboy, and that's our rival, and he definitely
on the other side of the border,
had his way with us while he was up there in the yellow and brown. But, you know, we're moving on.
That's not. It's a new day.
Why are you bringing up bullshit? You know.
Yeah.
But yeah. So I think that was incredible. But the Browns, bro, like the Browns just a couple of years ago went defeated. Like they didn't win a game.
They started figuring out they got a unit.
Yeah, they've actually got a lot of talent.
Yeah.
Man. Like, not to go too thick into the details of it, but man, like when you start looking at some of their different position cores, like wow, like they
some
actually
savages.
have a little bit of something here.
They got some juice,
Exactly.
Got some firepower.
And I'll just say this because he's a showman.
Yeah.
I have always been a Baker Mayfield fan.
Yeah. I like it. Yeah.
I don't know. Like,
I dig it.
I woke up feeling dangerous, like right away out of the gate, like coming in, like you know, you're a young, undersized guy that comes in as the top draft pick to a franchise that has just been basically abysmal for the last couple of decades, and you corrected the ship. You know, and he drew a lot of negative comparisons to guys like Johnny Manziel right away. Yeah. He didn't have he had the sophomore slump like a lot of quarterbacks do. They were complaining, is he doing too much meat? Is he doing too... What people don't understand is that when these guys that are doing a lot of those commercial shoots, well, one, do you expect the guy to 24/7 be training the entire time? No, that's unrealistic. But two, a lot of times they're knocking out probably 5, 6, 7 of those or more in a day. Those are all in the same studio. It just looks like they're different places. That's the beauty of production, ladies and gentlemen. He was a lot less inconvenienced than what most people, I think, imagine as far as his time that went into those. And for anyone out there, you're telling me that you would pass up the opportunity to go do an entire product lineup of commercials and sponsorship for, you know, Johnson & Johnson or Procter & Gamble or some of these parent companies that are out there that are going to go and, all right, well, for half a day's work, here's a 6-figure check. You're telling me that you would pass that up?
Everyone would.
You're crazy. You're crazy. And it's easy to cast that stone of judgment when you are not the person in that position. When you're not looking at it, one afternoon of instead of sitting at home, I can go to a studio and say a couple lines from a teleprompter and make $200,000. What would you do?
You would do it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I mean, if you're saying otherwise, I feel like you'd be, in a sense, I mean, at some point, you kind of be lying to yourself because.
Exactly. Everybody wants to be the virtue signaling, like, oh, it's not about the money. I wouldn't. Let's be real here. And hey, if you're that willing to pass up, good for you. Good for you, because I'm taking the damn check and I'm running with it. Go on and take the money and run, baby. We are going for it.
Going places.
Exactly. As long as you're not putting me in a damn dress, let's talk.
I'll take
figure
that.
out what the bread is.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
So yeah, but so talk to us a little bit about your matchup.
So my opponent's name is Chris Kokoris. He'll for sure be my most experienced opponent on paper, but I mean at the end of the day it doesn't matter because of course we gotta go face to face, and it's a great opportunity for me to get to the next level.
Yeah, absolutely, man. So, without getting into the thick of things, any specific, anything that we can expect to see from you in this performance?
Grind match.
Grind match?
I mean, guaranteed. There's gonna be pain that will be.
Okay.
That will occur. So I mean, it's gonna be a grind. It's gonna be a good fight. So.
Definitely. I mean, I like your style, man, because you have a motor, and you're just gonna you have what works, like for you, like you have your recipe, and I'm not gonna spill details by any means, but you have your recipe, and I like that, especially in watching like some of your cage rounds or your sparring rounds, that you're relentless in the pursuit of your game.
Yes.
It doesn't matter what that other guy is going to present. You're going to do what you do. And if that doesn't get it done, then you know what? You'll figure out something else on the fly. But you are going to be relentless in pursuing your game plan. Is that an accurate statement?
Yeah, no, absolutely. No, that's right on the money, I would say. And not just that. Well, I mean, just focusing on myself, like finding the way how I want to fight, or find the way that's going to win me fights, like find the best to my abilities versus being something I'm not. You know, I mean, it's like like the start of David and Goliath. You know, the way how David fought Goliath was not popular, but he had this nice arm, top level armor, all these weapons, but if you want to fight with a
sling.
Yeah, rock and sling, yeah.
Yep. That's crazy. I mean, that
won him. And now today it's like, wow, like he did it. But at the time, he wanted to use a slingshot in the rock. People were like you're crazy.
Yeah, it almost ties back to like the movie Achilles.
Yeah.
Also, like the kid, like, oh, you're pretty crazy. You're so. And that is why no one will remember your name, because you weren't willing to do what someone else was saying was too much.
Mm-hmm.
You were the one who was controlling the situation. I like that, man. I dig that. That gets me fired up.
Yeah.
Fired up.
Be Mitch.
Shout out to Fish and Chips. But so what date is your fight?
January 30th.
January 30th, and we didn't hit this off in the first time. Usually we do. Where can people follow you?
So my Instagram is Joseph J. Garcia, and then on Twitter, JoeyG_MMA.
Nice and simple, short and sweet, to the point there. Now, as we're tying this thing up, is there any message that you want to get out there to friends, family, supporters, just general message out there to the people?
Honestly, I can't wait to ball out with the squad. With Factory X, gonna have 3 teammates. It's gonna be exciting. I mean, the first time I'm gonna be on a card with teammates. The last few fights I've been, riding solo, so it'll be a nice change. So excited to, go out with my brothers and sisters. So yeah, Todd, Oscar, and Alexis. So it's gonna.
Bro, I got goosebumps.
It's gonna be cool.
Wait, it's January 30th coming up. How far are we out?
It's a party, yeah. 3 weeks out, right? 3 weeks out, yeah.
Yep, just out from that. Yeah. But it can't come soon enough.
That's what I'm saying.
Yep, definitely, man. Yes. But so if people want to watch you, where can they watch?
So you can go to my link in Instagram, Sparta, and then you go to the link. You can buy the pay-per-view or the tickets. Once you do that, use the promo code Garcia, all caps, and just like that, you can share. If you get the pay-per-view, you can share it with your friends, family.
I take care of the business, bro.
Yeah.
Gotta get paid off this. Get that commish. So, real quick, just to tie us up, I am Jordan Kurtz with the comments from the Peanut Gallery. You can also check me out on the MMA Plug presented by DenverSportsBetting.com on Mile High Sports Radio every Wednesday night from 7 to 8 live worldwide Mountain Time. That is also something that you can catch on demand the next day at DenverSportsBetting.com. This is Jordan Kurtz with comments from the Peanut Gallery with my man, Joseph Garcia. Thank you very much for coming on today, man. I appreciate the opportunity. Make sure that you check him out on January 30th.